Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to Ellis Mowers. We are working on a pressure washer today. Didn't have to pay anything for this. Got it as a part of a lot of 2 blowers and push mower and a couple other things. And a weed eater that I got from a coworker that I used, or my pro shop manager where I used to work at the golf course in high school and college. So this is a 4 horsepower classic Briggs engine on it. It's a clean power. I don't even know what brand this thing is. This is a 1500 little cheap pressure washer that you can get. Clean Machine by Coleman is what it is. Power Mate. So I don't know anything about it. I was told it worked the last time it was used. And so we'll see if the pump's still good on it and all of that. If it's not, then we might be able to save it, at least the engine part of it, and put it on a push mower. It's got a short shaft on it, but I have a Murray deck that takes a short shaft engine. So worst case, I have a little $40, $50 push mower out of it. Shouldn't need too much. Let's see. Hose is just kind of tangled all up everywhere right now. I'm trying to get that situated. Let's see. Man, this thing is really tangled up, wasn't it? Yeah, we're still pretty tangled here. It's like an enigma. It's pretty bad. All right. So I don't know if I can get it off. It's been gone for so long. Tangled up on the top end here. I think I'm getting out of camera range. Here we go. I didn't realize I was so close to the wand there. It's like, can we fix the hose? The hose actually looks in good shape. It's got a couple little concrete scratch marks, but I think it'll work. While I'm untangling this, let me tell you what I know that it needs. I know that it needs a diaphragm and a primer bulb because they're hard as a rock. And probably some good gas. And a couple other things. Of course, that one's right there on the very edge, so I gotta feed the hose through this. Alright, we're free. Woohoo! Alright, so I know it needs a diaphragm and a primer bulb and some fresh gas. Apart from that, I don't have a clue. I think for it works. Yeah, if pour it works, I probably have to replace it because it's getting kind of frizzy. Tell you what, doesn't hurt to run it for a minute without anything on it. Air filter too. Air filter's basically is done on it. Let's see, these usually have an on-off switch. That should be on. It should run. Ooh. Wow. I think it's got a lot of oil in the cylinder. Wow. Holy moly. I've never had one do that to me before. Could be a flywheel key. Gosh, I hate to try that one more time, but let's see what it does. I'm not terribly thrilled about it. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna check the flywheel key on it. Woo! Holy moly! I haven't had anything ripped back like that for me in a while. I'm fine, not injured by any means. So that's what we're going to do next. Let me grab some tools. And I'm just going to take this beauty cover off here. It's just 2 1/4 inch and then probably another 1/4 inch under this. I'll get down to the flywheel nut. Or I'll take this beauty cover off and then we'll finish taking the rest of it off. Let's see. Gosh, that flywheel feels... That key seems like it's sheared the way that it is. So let's see what we got. So I might have found the reason why it's pulling back like that. You see where the full mark is? The full mark is right here on the dipstick. And we're about twice that after checking. Wow. Still kind of beside the fact that how much that pulled back on me. I'm going to grab an oil. Let me drain some of the oil out of this. I'm just going to tip it on its side. So let me get the oil level right, and then we'll revisit and see if I'm still having the issue with it pulling me back. Gosh, it felt like a lot like a flywheel key, but knowing that it ran great last time, I would suspect that it would not be that. So let me get the oil right, because a high oil level will also cause like a oil. It's not a hydrolock, obviously, because it's with oil, but something similar in nature to that. So we'll see if that causes any better situation here. All right, so I wanted to show you I got it to a more respectable level in terms of oil. Sorry, here's the back side. That's the full mark. I've checked it. I just had it come into the dipstick. Let me see if I can show it to you a little bit better. There you go. There's your level right there, just under the full. So that would cause the issue that I had just a second ago. Let me give it a couple of pulls and see. Wow. There we go. It was pushing, I think it was pushing oil past all the rings and stuff with it being so full. It might try and rip me again, but yeah. Uh-oh. I think it actually, wow, I think the cylinder actually got stuck. Oh no, I messed up the pull rope. That's what happened. Darn. Well, this cover's got to come off anyway, so let's go ahead and do it. 3/8. One. It's just on the other side there. And in the back. So that's what it did with the pull rope. It just kind of messed it up right there. Might have tried to. I gotta fix it anyway, so it ain't that big of a deal. Or put a new one in it, whatever you want to call it. Say. Oh, this has got the old school flywheel on it. Darn. I doubt the key's sheared on it then. I really doubt the key is sheared on this, but if I remember right, I think this is the left thread. I'm going to grab a adjustable wrench here. If I remember correctly, I've done this before. I just can't remember how I did it. Oh, I gotta take the little 1/4 inch things off. That's what I gotta do. 1/4 inch bolts. Alright, take these off. We're gonna check the flywheel while we're down, flywheel key while we're down here. I think it's gonna be fine. Like I said, I think it just got a lot of oil in the cylinder and needs a little bit of help. I might have to go back and watch my own video on this because I can't remember exactly how I did this. I think I just took a screwdriver and a hammer and just kind of tapped it out, but I cannot remember. Ah, there's your ball bearings. That all stay in there. That screws out somehow. Obviously, I got to get the ball bearings back in there like they're supposed to be, which is not the easiest task in the world. I guess that's how you do it. Okay. Well, let me figure out how to get this off, because I can't remember, and we'll check the flywheel. Alrighty, y'all, I got it. It's been a while. I haven't done one of these old style Briggs in a while. I did a video on how to fix one of these recoil ball bearing deals way back in, gosh, it's been 3+ years ago. So I put a screwdriver here and then just did the pliers, turn to the left, and here we go. So that's that. Let's see. Should be a washer. Oh yeah, key is great. Key's an awesome position. So it is what I suspected after I found the oil level being high. I might throw some WD-40 in the spark plug hole. You can see that key is perfect. So I'm going to see maybe if I can fix that pull rope there, just to where I can get it to where it'll start for me. And then once it starts, then I'll go ahead and fix the pull rope and the whole carb diaphragm and all that mess associated with it. Hopefully this thing will work the way that it's supposed to. But yeah, key's good. So I'm going to put it all back together. I'm going to fix this pull rope real quick, and then I'll continue with trying to fix this thing. So here's the spark plug situation. You see it's pretty bad. So let me grab a little bit of carb cleaner. We'll just clean this off. Might need a brush to get it. But what I'm going to do is pull it a few times and see if there's any oil and stuff that comes out. And throw a little bit of WD-40 in the cylinder here. Just going to work it back and forth a few times. Because I think it was trying to fire, but I think it had too much oil and stuff in the cylinder and the exhaust and stuff like that, and so it was fighting me. We know that the flywheel key's good on it, so as long as the cam gear hasn't slipped inside this thing, which I highly doubt, this thing should run here in just a second. Let me grab a brush and clean the plug off. I'll put the plug back in and we'll see if we can get it to start. Alright, let's try this again. We know the flywheel key is good. The plug is clean. I sprayed some WD-40 in the cylinder. So hopefully this thing's not going to rip my hand out again. Pulling better. Man, I hate doing this. Whew. I think we passed the hurdle of that now. Wow. I knew it ran. Just had a lot of oil in the exhaust and stuff. Wow. Alright, that's better. That thing has some serious kickback with that flywheel. It's not an aluminum flywheel because it's the pressure washer. It's got the cast iron flywheel on it. Oh man, that thing's got some kickback on it. Now the next order of business. We're going to take off this whole deal. So I need a 3/8, which is right here on the impact. That'll work. I know this thing needs a diaphragm because, I mean, the thing's 25 years old, so we're going to go ahead and put one in it. The primer bulb is very, very stiff as well. Very easy to do. I'm going to pop them 5 screws off right there, and then I'm going to pop the 2 tabs, 1 and 2, right there on the side. Put a new primer bulb in. I'll show you the situation with the gasket and whatnot. We'll put a new carb diaphragm in it as well. Pending that it runs good, we'll hook it up to a water source to see if the pressure washer portion of it works. If not, it's not like we're at a loss. I mean, it'll be all right. We'll just use it on a push mower if we have to. All right, so I know I'm not supposed to run pressure washers without water going to them. Like I said, I'm not going to run it for more than about 30 seconds before, you know. So, primer bulb, diaphragm, it's priming great. Well, it's trying to. Anyways, that's enough to prime it. It'll get better as we get pressure in the tank and stuff like that. So, let's see if it cranks. She's smoky, that's for sure. She's definitely smoky. Wow. I don't know if y'all can see the smoke cloud that came about it. Just need some run time. All right, so we know it runs. Let me put an air filter on it. I think you're supposed to oil these things. Some people do. Some people don't. I continually go back and forth. This is probably the original foam air filter that came on it. Wow. I don't know if y'all are even seeing that. Probably the original foam air filter that came on it. I think this is a 96 model. So, shows you how old it is. This thing ain't going to be cutting grass, so it's not like it's going to get a lot of exposure to dust and dirt and stuff. There. Get a screwdriver, screw back in. I just hook it up to a water source. Once we do that, we can test it out, see if it's got good pressure, and run it for a good little while. Might wash that Craftsman over there that needs washing with it if it works like it's supposed to. So let me get it hooked up to a water source and we'll see if we got a good one. Alright y'all, so I got this all hooked up. It does leak a little bit down on the bottom down there, and it leaks just a tiny bit at the nozzle. But what I had to do was I ended up having to take all of, like, there was a blockage in the hose that I had to get out, taking that off. And then I had a blockage in the nozzle, but now we are spraying, And I conveniently have a Craftsman lawnmower, which you'll see in a different video, that I need to spray off anyways. So I shined it up with Purple Power. We got some gas in it, and let's see what we can do with all this. So I'm gonna set y'all right over here. Thing was overfilled for a while. It's got a lot of oil to burn off, and also I don't know if you can see, it's leaking from the little ports down there on the pump. It's pumping fine though. It's only 1500 psi, so it ain't gonna be huge, but I'm gonna keep on washing it, let it run, see if it gets any better, and I'll let y'all see the end result of the lawnmower, and then the end result of the pressure washer. All right, there we go. And just like that, we got it done. How about that? Let me turn the water off, and we'll wrap this video up. The more I got to washing with it, the more I got to thinking, man, it kind of would be nice to just keep this thing. Because at 1500 psi, I don't really like hitting the mowers with a ton of water or a ton of pressure. And at 1500 psi, it is the perfect amount of water in order to just screw your hose on there, crank it up, and just do a little bit of washing. Look how, I mean, this thing was grimy and dirty. This thing has got it pretty clean. I like how it cleans it better than the hose. The hose leaves a lot of residue and stuff like that. So I really like how it cleaned it. I cleaned the deck off. I got to put the spindles on it. Like I said, I'm going to do a full video on this Craftsman later on, or in a different video, depending on whenever I get this one posted. You'll probably see it at a later time. You know, with the way that the pump's leaking and stuff like that, it's really not worth a ton of money. I've got a Karcher pressure washer back in the back. I haven't really used at all since I bought it, or since I got it. And so I might hook that up, make sure that it runs right. And it's got a couple leaks on it too, but I might let it ride for around $80 or so. This one runs good though. As y'all saw, I've already cut the water and stuff off on it, but I kind of like it because I can use it for future mowers, and like I said, just use it for washing off lawnmowers and things like that, because it's not going to beat them to death like some of the higher pressure washers do. Could also use it to wash off cars as well, if I don't want to get my electric one out, and get the cord and all that out. The big pressure washer is just it's just not worth the time and the effort. But I got this little one right here. It runs. Got a couple little leaks to it, but hey, what the heck, you know? It's fine with me. So I thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoy this video of me fixing this pressure washer. Like I said, it's not much, but it only took me maybe about an hour, a little over an hour to do, so it's not like I've got too much time in it. It's a nice little, you know, small pressure washer that'll do what it needs to do. I gotta put the beauty cover and stuff back on it, so you won't see the beauty cover and all that on it, but I'll put it all back on there, make it look all pretty and everything before I put it up. But thank y'all for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. And if you want to catch what I'm doing in real time, you can find me at Ellis Mowers 09 on Instagram and Facebook. See you on the next video.